Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Uh, Today, the name of the show is Understanding Life's Lessons. Welcome back. Tonight, we examine three laws that often appear during life's challenges and opportunities: cause and effect, compensation, and relativity. These principles invite us to consider responsibility, perspective, and personal growth. The law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect purposes that proposes rather that every action creates a corresponding result. Our choices, decisions, behaviors may contribute to the experiences we encounter. These, this principle encourages responsibility and awareness. Spirit, what should we understand about the cause and effect in our lives? Well, we're getting this King of Swords. And the King of Swords is telling us that this law is giving us a lot of different opportunities to understand these causes and effects in our lives. It's given us a great opportunity to see past things that we don't understand, things that we need to know, and to actually home in on what the things are very important. That if we do something, we're going to get an effect back from that. Cause and effect. He's got a lot of power. He's given us a lot to think about. The King of Swords is telling us that we really have to be careful about what we're doing, and we've got to make sure that we're on the right track. Because the cause and effect, we've got a reaction to that can cause, if we don't make the right choices, could be not so much fun. And then we're getting the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is telling us that this law of cause and effect will cause us to stop and think, because as we want things to come out good for ourselves, then we got to stop and say, well, what am I putting into it? Have I got a good mindset? Am I thinking positive? Am I keeping my vibrations up? Or am I doing the things I should be doing and saying the things I should be saying and thinking the things I should be thinking in order to get a good result from the cause and effect in our lives? And the Three of Swords is saying if you think of negative things, if you think of not so pleasant things, you can get that back. So, or thinking bad of others, judging others, doing things to others, and even if you steal from others or lie about others or try to, pull other people down. That'll come back to you sooner or later. You might not realize it right now, but it will come back to you. So it's something you're supposed to be aware of and stay vigilant on. And the Chariot is telling us that where we travel in a certain direction. We can expect something to come back from that. So when we take a good spiritual journey into kindness, love, and unity and peace, that we can expect to get that back. But if we go in a negative journey where we, sowing seeds of doubt, seeds of unhappiness, and all these different things, or all the bad aspects you can think of, that you'll be getting that back sooner or later. So it's better just to stay positive and not get into those kinds of things and just do what's right going forward. And we're going to ask the pendulum for accuracy. So, pendulum, dear higher self, was my interpretation of the cards correct? The interpretation of the cards was correct. And it should go clockwise for yes or counterclockwise for no. Okay. Was my interpretation correct, higher self? Thank you. Thank you so much for confirming that I was correct. Okay. Now, our next law, a law of compensation. Okay, let's see here. The law of compensation focuses on the relationship between giving and receiving. It suggests that our efforts, contributions, and intentions often return to us in various forms and sometimes in unexpected ways. Okay. Spirit, what does the law of compensation teach us about receiving and giving? So this will be very interesting to find out about this one. I always wondered about this one. So it's a lot to get ready for. Giving and receiving. There's a lot of that goes on. Either we're giving and receiving all the time, really, when you stop and think about it, right? So, yeah, that's something very important to think about. Okay, let's see here what the cards will give us. Okay. Okay, we got the King of Cups. I get that one quite often. Seems right. And the law of compensation. Uh, well, it's telling me that when we give nice things to people, or if we do nice things to people, most times we'll get something back. But we shouldn't just go around doing it just so that we can get something good back. We should just do it because that's the right thing to do. And then, you know, sooner or later, things will turn out right for you in the long run. That's what it's telling us. But don't do it expecting a reward. Too many people, just challenge everything and they think, well, if I do a little good deed for somebody, then something really good will come back to me. Well, that's not the way we should be looking at it. We should be looking at it as it's just the right thing to do anyway. And the Two of Swords is telling us that if we're thinking about doing something bad to somebody, or, you know, or giving bad things to people, or uh, if we're giving away negativity and things like that, then it's going to stop us, and we're not going to receive anything uh, good back from that. That's not going to get us where we want to be. So we got to make sure that we don't do the things that are negative to other people. We should always be doing what's right for other people because we're not going to get anything good back, and it could cause us to fall in the long run. It might not happen overnight, but sooner or later, what goes around comes around, the old saying. So that's the way I look at it. And the Queen of Pentacles is telling us as long as we're giving and doing good things to others, and other people do good things to us, and we thank them, and they thank us, and we all are doing good things and keeping our vibrations up. We're staying happy. We're giving love and happiness and being having joy and peace in our lives and giving away those kinds of things, the things that money can't buy. Those are the kinds of things that we'll be rewarded for the most. And there's great abundance in that. You can be well rewarded because Queen of Pentacles is a very abundance driven card. So that's a lot to think about. And here comes the King of Swords again. He's our best buddy lately. Shows up in a lot of my cards. And he's saying that uh, the law of compensation that we receive teaches about receiving and giving, even though people fight to get where they want to be. They look at the military aspect of things. They want to force things to happen and do that kind of thing. That's not the way we should be doing it. We shouldn't be uh, giving away um, negativity and trying to dominate other people to get where we want to be. Um, we should treat everybody right, and then we'll be treated right someday. it'll be made up to you someday. So that's what I'm getting from the cards today on that perspective. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, we got to do a pendulum interpretation to see how accurate my interpretation was of the cards. So hold on just 1 second and we'll get the pendulum. Okay. Okay, higher self. Can you tell me if my interpretation of the cards was correct? Count clockwise for yes, counterclockwise for no. Clockwise for yes, counterclockwise for no. Was my interpretation correct? Higher self. And give us an answer. The audience is waiting. Was that correct? I hope I was correct. I'll be embarrassed if I wasn't. Okay, go ahead and answer. Let us know. Oh, okay. You decided to answer? Well, thank you. And thank you for confirming that. Thank you, Harshit. Okay. Now we come to the law of relativity. Okay, we're going to go ahead and lead into that. The law of relativity teaches that experiences are often understood through comparison and perspective. Challenges, setbacks, and opportunities may appear differently depending upon how we view them. This law encourages flexibility and growth. Okay, so what does the law of relativity teach us? Cards, what does the law of relativity teach us? Okay. We'll get the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is telling us that this law is really a great law. Uh, that we learn from our challenges, we learn from our setbacks, and we're even though we really fight for sometimes to be right and fight to make sure that our challenges don't get the better of us. That sometimes after the battle's over with, that we can look back and know that it was good that we had those challenges, and the challenges has taught us to be more mindful of things that are out there and the setbacks that we can come into, and and for opportunities that might arise, it makes us more mindful of them and more appreciative of them, and therefore we can go forward with good intentions, knowing that we tried our best, even though we fought for what we thought was right. Uh, we know that we did do what was right. And the moon card is telling us that so much has happened in the past that we have to stay vigilant uh, going forward, and know that the challenges and setbacks and all these different things can bring great opportunities, because they taught us to grow. They taught us to be strong. They taught us to keep our be mindful of what's going on, and how to appreciate things that can come our way. And without challenges or setbacks, sometimes we don't grow. We just stay stagnant. We get too complacent. And the moon card is showing us all the wonderful, wonderful energy that through our lessons that we've learned from these wonderful laws, that so much good can come from that. And and the devil card is telling us that even though we went through all these challenges and our setbacks, uh, it's, uh, when it's done through the evil ways and negative vibrations, negative thoughts, negative intentions, jealousy, envy, all those ugly things, that not very good opportunities are come our way. So it's better to stay away from the negativity. And the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is letting us know that our challenges and our setbacks have brought us great abundance, happiness, joy, because we've stayed positive and we've done right to others. We've encouraged others. We've been kind to others. We've looked on the bright side of things, and we sit down and talk to our friends and loved ones and try to comfort them and do the things that we should do. And it comes back in great opportunities and abundance to us for doing the things that we should be doing in the first place. without even thinking about anything better that might come to us. So this law does encourage flexibility and growth by doing the things that we should do. Uh, this evening we explored the relationships between our choices, our rewards, our perspectives. The cards remind us that growth often comes through understanding and the connection between our actions and our experiences. Perhaps the greatest lesson is that every challenge may contain any opportunity for wisdom. So I'm going to do one more thing with a pendulum. All the laws that we discussed today and the interpretations of the cards for these laws are correct. All these are correct, aren't they? Ourself, you're going to answer us? Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's good to know that we were correct. I'm Grady Light, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good evening.